Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop on these charts on this beautiful Thursday, March 26th, make sure you read what's up on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice or suggestions or recommendations of any kind here or anywhere else. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all or more of your money. It's a crazy thing to do. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. This is I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top Up Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased. If I stand to make money, I do. Important for me to note that. You to do your own research and make your own damn decisions. Chat, what's up, guys? How we doing? What's going on, guys? What's going on? How we doing? How we doing, boys and girls? Let me just make sure stream is up and running, man. We're gonna do good mornings today, man. We're gonna do good mornings. If you want me to say good morning, say good morning in the chat. You let me know. You let me know. You let me know if you want a good morning. I'll say good morning. Let's see what we got. Chat. Paul, good morning. Maritime Trader, good morning. What's up? 5E4M here before it all. I don't know what that means, but good morning. Good morning. What's up? Yes, sir. Trades. What's happening? Nate. Good morning, my brother. Dwayne. Good morning, my brother. Aubrey. April. What's up? Good morning. A-Deal King with the all caps. Big energy. Good morning. Hansel. What's up? A-Deal King. Last week, I took one trade on YM. This week, no trade so far. Exercising this patience is definitely making me a better trader. I 100% agree with that, man. Most people are having some of the worst months of their trading careers this year, from what I've seen so far, just what I'm seeing across socials. Very choppy for whatever reason. The price action, the market structure, the intraday movements are not to most traders' likings. Not all. Some of them are having their best months, right? But for the most part, most are struggling. So I think being patient can absolutely help. Chris, good morning. What's happening? ASFX, good morning. Yeah, bro, definitely. Gotta have some patience. Gotta have some patience. Purple Ninja Facts, good morning. Stefan, what's happening? Jesse Stewart, Johnny, JBZ Ninja. Let's make some money, bro. Joe Nolan, what's up, guys? What's happening? Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's see who we got on Kick. I don't know if we have our boys and girls on Kick just yet. Sloth Father, Kobe Clark, Jess, sometimes I think Mike. Those are my Kick OGs. Chat, 9:28 a.m. Eastern. Market's getting ready to open up. Let's see what we could do, guys. Let's see what we could do. I went no trade yesterday. I exercised some patience. I went no trade yesterday on YM. I really didn't have a beautiful setup for me here on YM. Here's what I'm looking at into the open today. And yesterday's setup, that was it right there. Take a look how close we got to this zone, this area of interest that I was waiting for. That immediate rejection back up. But let's get ready for this market to open up here today. We do have 8:30 a.m. Initial jobless. Why did that fall over? Trump at 10. Oh. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. I have to fix my window shade. What? I don't know. Some wind blowing it. Anyway, Trump at 10. That's going to be crazy. Let's take a look at what we got going on here, man. We are opening up to the downside, breaking below prior day low. I'm going to get through this pretty quickly because I just don't have a lot of time before the open. And I want to give you my trade idea, my analysis. Opening up to the downside right after this kind of crazy bearish movement. Pop to the upside, chopping back and forth. I could see a long play setting up. First trade for me is going to be that mean reversion long. Similar to this as we are opening up here in about 20 seconds. I would like us not to be at VWAP for this. I would prefer us to be down here. Tap this support level. Tap this area of interest. Order block supply and demand. Institutional fair value gap. Liquidity sweep. Whatever random BS name you want to give a horizontal line you draw on your chart. A rectangle. Wow, chart is lagging out right now. Completely lagging on TradingView. I don't know if you guys saw that. Not a super big fan of the way price action market structure is printed here on TradingView at all. I've been doing a little bit more trading on Tradeovate itself directly. I could talk about that today. But I'm going to run Bookmap on the side here because what in the lag is going on? Well, you guys will see it here first. Anyway, I wouldn't mind a push to the downside for a buy, a test of this level, maybe a sweep down towards this low. I'm actually going to mark this with a horizontal ray. Let's just go ahead and make this like a gray color. We'll know that this is Tuesday's low. But this is bearish so far to open up, coming right back up through VWAP now. Short play. Short play, I don't have one. You know, I'd be surprised on the way up if we didn't come back up here if we were going to push towards the highs, right? This is my next area of interest. Why? Yesterday's volume point of control right in here. Area of price action and market structure that we hung out and chopped around at all damn day. Pre-market highs, right? If we come up to the upside, I'm going to be looking high into this level. I don't think I want the short up here. I don't like that. I think this would be a trash thing for us to do pre-market for NYSE. I don't think this is a good way to structure risk at all. I will not be taking this trade. I will be hopping over to scalp on NQ today. I'm not going to do no trades on this session. I'm going to watch YM. If YM's not giving me what I need off of the open, I'm going to go over to NQ, which is why I've been going over to NQ. I will exercise patience like we were talking about in chat all damn day. If there's no trade set up, why are you putting a trade on, guys? If you don't need a, I saw you guys talking about this. You don't need, something else to do. You don't need a hobby. You just need to know what you're doing here, right? Is there a setup? Yes or no? Not to yell. Is there a setup, chat? Yes or no? If there's no setup, what the are you doing trading it, okay? Maybe you work on a different instrument where you get setups at a higher frequency, like I am attempting to do on NQ, right? And you try that, that differently. But if you have something that's working, that's paying you well, that's getting you into live accounts and keeping you there, why are you putting trades on when there is no setup? If there's no setup, you go, damn, there's no setup. Move on, right? Move on to the next thing. So, it doesn't look like there's going to be a setup for me today. We cracked to the upside, pushed through VWAP. I know what my setups look like. I could tell pretty damn quickly whether or not there's going to be one. Well, we're kind of turning around here. I don't have one up here. I don't have a short up here. I don't have a continuation. If we push all the way to the upside, that would be forming not a mean reversion setup. That would be way too much. That would be way too much of a push to the upside here. 500 points into NYSE session. I'm not looking to fade that, right? We certainly could chop. We certainly could get that back and forth movement. That's not my play. That's really not my play here. Jesus Christ. What's going to happen now? To the downside, like I said, this area of interest, somewhere in between the 46,200s, let's say, would be the area of interest all the way down to the 46,050s. Down below this this level here. I don't like it as much. Why? We traded back towards this. We traded back towards this mean here. We traded towards this current volume point of control that's developing. We traded VWAP, and now we're selling off. I like this. Right? No trade through VWAP into NYSE session to trade back towards that area, to trade back towards this area up here. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I'm going to watch this for a little bit. Like we just talked about news, we got through jobless claims. Not a whole lot of a reaction out of that at 8:30 at all. We got Trump talking. Trump talking at 10. That could be sketchy. That could be sketchy. What is he expected to do? Trump holds cabinet meeting set for 10 a.m. Eastern. Participates in cabinet meeting in the cabinet room. Okay, I don't know what that is, but anytime he talks, is reason for concern. So I will trade through that. It's not a scheduled red folder, data release. Trump talks often, but it is a reason to maybe structure risk in a way that you understand that if he sneezes, the market could rip your face off and right through a stop loss or a take profit. So that's what I got so far here on YM, guys. Not a whole lot. Again, Sometimes I'm going to have a setup very quickly. Sometimes I'm not going to have a setup, right? If you always have a setup, you probably don't have any setups, right? And you're just gambling. Unless you're a super duper hyper scalper and you've developed something that's really high frequency, like I'm trying to do on NQ. But that's where the patience comes from, and understanding, at least there's two places. We were talking about patience today, right? Patience, I think, comes from two spots. Number one, confidence in your system, in your approach, knowing what your strategy is calling for you to do and not do. If you don't have confidence, you don't have the patience to wait because you don't think you're going to get paid by waiting anyway, so you're just doing a bunch of random stuff, right? If you have confidence in your system and you know what your setup looks like, right? You actually have an idea of what your trade setup looks like the back of your hand, you might have a little bit more patience, right? You might be a little bit more inclined to wait. Number two is just general discipline. If you're a completely undisciplined degenerate in every other area of your life, I got a hard time believing you're going to be able to be disciplined at the biggest casino in the world, right? Watching the markets move, where if you click a button at any moment, you can make or lose tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in seconds, right? So confidence, understanding of probabilities, understanding of what your setup looks like, that's all going to help you not do this stupid click the button 47,000 times, right? And then, level two, equally if not as important, general discipline. Just general discipline, right? You can know all of the reasons that doing one thing over another is wrong and is bad, and you can still lack the self-discipline and willpower to actually do the right thing, right? That's kind of the twofold thing here. So think about that today, guys. Definitely think about that. But again, I'm going to watch this for a bit. If we just start to push to the upside, I'm going to hop over to NQ. We'll trade some evals. We'll get stupid aggressive trading NQ in some evals. We'll see if we can't get some over the line. Pass or fail pretty damn quickly. Get very aggressive. And we'll still wait for our setups to come there, but a lot higher frequency scalp in the 1 minute chart than traditionally what I do here on YM, on the 15. But guess what? I have patience because I get paid by this, right? I don't care if there's no trade for me today because I know there's going to be a trade tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. And if I waste my risk here, my units of risk by taking dumbass trades and losing money, I won't have it to make money tomorrow, right? So again, some of that confidence comes, from just trading enough and being in the markets for long enough. And then also just discipline. Just build some discipline, guys. Easier said than done, but work on it. Think about it. Are you disciplined in other areas of your life? Can you follow, a good bedtime routine? Are you able to delay gratification by not doing things that you want to do for short-term gains and doing things that you don't want to do for long-term gains, right? Your diet, your general health, your just, what your structure is like in your outside life is going to dictate a lot of what you do on the charts. There's a couple out there, but I know very, very, very few successful traders, like almost none, that are completely undisciplined in their outside life. Like, there's a couple out there that are pretty wild and they seem to make it work, but very few. They're the exception. So that's really important to look at, and most people don't want to hear that. But if you are doing nothing else that's exercising any discipline in your outside life, I don't think you stand a chance. I would never bet on you in the markets. It just wouldn't make sense, right? And I don't think you would bet on that person either. You wouldn't allow that person to manage your money. So that's some stuff to think about. Even when it comes down to just trading prop accounts or trading on demo or doing anything that you're doing here, that's the sauce, right? The technical analysis, the indicator on your chart, the boxes and lines that we draw, that's the easy part, guys. Believe it or not, that's the easy part. It's all readily available information for free. You can learn it very quickly. We all have the same stuff on our chart. We're all watching TradingView here, right? What separates me from, from everybody else? What separates the guys that are doing way better than me from everybody else, right? It's not the special indicator they have on their chart, the secret tool. Part of it is experience. Part of it is discretion, right? A huge part of it. Just being on the charts way longer and having way more experience and a much better feel for the tools they're using. Price action, market structure, volume, order flow, whatever it is. But a huge part of it is patience through confidence and discipline. So that's my rant off the open here today, guys. Ooh. We are finally not aligned today. We are finally not aligned in the US indices today. We have really been correlated, very highly correlated across all three US indices over the last few days. Today is the first day that I am noting, especially right off the open for NYSE, we are not correlated. YM is pushing aggressively to the upside off of the lows. NQ and ES have sold off and have broken that pre-market low, I believe, at least in NQ. Yep. ES I don't think did. Whoa, not US 500. ES did not. Yeah, I don't know that these go. I don't know that these go. I think these pop back up. I think NQ's the laggard. And not that I trade them in correlation, but if I was going to take a trade on NQ, that's probably what it would look like. Big surprise. It's the mean reversion trade that I want on YM, right? I don't love that with such a tight stop loss right below low, but allowing it to come back down, dance around, not push lower, and then push back up. I'll read the chat in a minute. If you guys got questions, feel free, ask away, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Not to rant right off the open, but I'm happy to talk about what you guys are talking about patience. Yeah, and you don't need as much discipline. Let's go even further as we're watching this market push to the upside. $10 o'clock. Just checking financial juice again. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Trump talking, cracking to the upside through VWAP. I think we come to the upside on these other ones. Yeah, we're doing that right now. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Not too bad for a long ski. I don't know. I'm not really gonna have anything on YM at all. Really not gonna have a setup on YM, am I today? You're not gonna give me one. We're gonna be scalping on NQ, huh? Yeah, I don't want this. I don't like this. I don't love that. Short off of prior day's volume point of control. It's not terrible, but I don't love that. I'm just zooming out, trying to get a frame of reference here. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we could be holding this. We could be holding this. Yeah, just framing some ideas here, guys. You know, we could stop and revert right here. We could pop up here. I'd be surprised if we just blasted right through without at least trying to find some sellers in here. But it's not my trade. Like we talked about, right? Staying patient, knowing what your trade looks like. This is really not my trade. It's not through VWAP and then back down. That's not the play. Certainly could just be pulling back before we extend this to the downside, but I don't love this. So looks like NQ is gonna go back to VWAP. At least it's making the case to right now. ES pushing to the upside, very nice, all the way back to VWAP. Look at that. Shocker. Shocker, shocker, shocker. We got the move that I wanted on NQ. All right, so here's my game plan, guys. I'm going to watch this for another 5 or so minutes. I want to see what happens. We're pushing all the way up to this zone. I want to see what happens up here. maybe out here. Maybe out here with a stop loss outside of this. Maybe, man. But I don't think I want to step in front of this. $850s. We got a big stack of liquidity here. Just taking a look at order flow on Bookmap. Bear with me, guys. Man, really nothing above on ES. YM, man. YM. Yeah, so I'm going to watch what happens if we come up towards these, let's say 775s, 750s, 775s into the zone outside of it. There's a short play, but I don't really like it. I'm probably not going to take it. So I'm going to give myself 5-10 minutes watching YM with you guys here. This is my Top 1 Futures live account. This is my, this is my main prop firm account that I trade. I trade personal live accounts, right? My own IBs and futures brokerage accounts. We got the Top 1 Futures live account loaded up right now, and then a dozen other prop accounts. But we're gonna watch this one for now, and then we're gonna hop over to NQ and scalp on NQ. That's gonna be the play. So this isn't exactly what I want to see. We could fill this out, and I don't think it would be unreasonable to come back down towards VWAP. I really don't think it would be unreasonable. I mean, that was a really aggressive push to the upside. Even back down towards this high, 150 points. Like, I don't mind this, but man, this just isn't, this just isn't the mean reversion style play. All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it. Long story short, not my favorite structure on YM here for a trade off the open. And maybe we go over to NQ and scalp like crazy people. All right. Good morning. Let's make some money for sure. We're talking about that. Good morning, Zach and all. What's up? Good stuff. Cheers. You know it, man. You know it. Let's try. Try an orb low bounce. A beauty. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Exact trade I was looking for on ES. Answered the door. Postman and missed it. Damn Postman. Distracting you from taking trades. Dwayne. You guys caught the lows. Yeah, NQ and ES playing really, really nicely, right? Sweep of pre-market lows and then right back up to VWAP. This is, this is if I had to take a trade, this is the one that I'm taking. Like I said, didn't like it too close to that, just in case we had to come lower, but really beautiful pop back up here. That's playing out. Again, what I wanted on YM today, right? What I wanted on YM, a sweep of this low, and had we done that here, I'd probably be into a long, catching some of this movement. But now, I don't know that I want to fade this. Just framing it out, guys. I'm not taking it. Not taking it just yet. Maybe out here. Maybe out here. Yeah. I think we find sellers here, right? I got a zone. I think we find sellers here. This is not a bad spot to try to get involved with the market, right? Right from the middle of this. It's not a great way to structure risk, in my humble, biased opinion. First off, it's not the movement. I'll come off this in a second. I'm watching YM here. This is not the exact movement that I like off of the open. I like to fade the sell-off or the run-up, right? The buy-up of price outside of VWAP back towards VWAP. I don't favor what we have here, which is we opened up down below, cracked right through VWAP to the upside, and ran to the next area of high volume without batting an eye. That's a very bullish case, right? I do think, based on this area of interest, that we potentially find some sellers here, right? I could take a similar mean reversion style trade, you know, back down towards VWAP, back down towards this area of high volume down here. Just back down for a 1-to-1, right? What else is keeping me out of this? I don't have a really clean invalidation point up here, right? I would have a stop loss in the middle of price action market structure, in the middle of the next zone, right? Above this one. I like to trade from the extremes with nothing else looking left, at least, you know, in general, as far as pre-market and prior day go. I'd have a stop loss, you know, inside of yesterday's candle. As we're pushing to the upside, we would be outside of pre-market, right? But this is not a beautiful invalidation point. I do think we could do something like this, you know, crazy. Maybe come up here, take my ass out, and then come back down. So I'm going to watch this up here. The 850s are an interesting spot. We got a nice stack of order, sell side up there on Bookmap. But I'm keeping myself out for now. Patience. Patience, chat. If I had to take a trade, right in here for a short would be it. All right. Through VWAP on ES aggressively. NQ pushing to the upside. Here we go, cracking pre-market highs. Man. If we get to the 850s quickly, I'm going to fade this, I think, guys. If we get to the 850s, way outside of this, that's going to allow me to structure my risk way out here and take a really aggressive short play. I don't know that we do that. Right inside this area of high volume is probably where we try to find sellers to put up a fight, but that's a nice stack of orders. I don't know what we would do running right through that and then continuing to the upside. So I may look to fade that. I don't know that we get up there though. That's aggressive. I think this is going to be the spot, but I just don't like it. I don't love it. All right. Chat. What's going on, guys? What's happening? Morning, Dumont. Cover 2, bought 2. Nice. Some of you guys got long on a break back up of a 15-minute orb or just long. Nice, man. Very nice. No setup for me just yet. Up here, there's a really aggressive long play. Trying to decide if I want to fade this market today. Yeah, let's watch this for a little bit longer, and then we'll hop over to NQ. That's going to be my play. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Welcome to the show. Tom Ward, what's up? What's happening, brother? You won an account yesterday, right? You won one of the accounts yesterday, right? Haven't won in over a year plus. Nate, you won one though, didn't you, Nate? Now we got to win more than one. I got some people that have been on here for a long time that have never won. Wolf was the funniest one. There's a dude that was here every day. I don't think he's on right now, but he's here like every single day. He was always the first person in chat. And it was this ongoing joke that the things were rigged because he was in every single giveaway and he like never won. But he did win last March. Nice. Yeah, brother, I won. Thank you, man. Oh, absolutely, man. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. If you guys don't know, I do giveaways often. I've had to like back off a little bit because unfortunately, even giving things away, generating too much interest and fun around that, like makes people mad and brings all this negativity. I would have never expected that. I figured if you were the guy, like, you know, throwing money in the street, they wouldn't kill you, but allegedly they want to kill you. So anyway, we did a giveaway here on the stream yesterday. We also did giveaways from IG and we did giveaways in Discord. We have giveaways in Discord rolling. First one is going to be tomorrow from this week. 550K Elite Daily accounts from Top 1 Futures up for grabs. If you want in on this one, all you have to do is hop in the free Discord and read the rules, which are contributing. You are going to be part of a very high chance to win, small sample size. If you're part of the giveaway tomorrow, there's not a lot of people that are eligible yet. So feel free to hop in, man, if you want a chance to win. More than happy to do that. Outside of that, I love giveaways. I love getting people funded. I love giving stuff out, giving back to the community. It brought so much insane headache and negativity and problems on Instagram. You wouldn't even believe it if I told you guys. So I have to try to do them different ways, and I will. I still will, but I got to try to weed out the scammers and spammers and just generally, unfortunately, people that are here only for giveaways and are going to be mad if they don't win and then take action if they don't like win. I don't know. But feel free to hop in Discord. Link is in the chat if you want to hop in Discord, man. 100% free trading Discord, free trading here on YouTube, Kick, and X every damn day. For those of you guys that are new, welcome. I trade live. Real live trading, entries, exits, stops, targets, not just talking about trading, not just showing you a position tool and then executing on some different chart and you never really know what's going on. Live trading for free, consistently, over an extremely long period of time. There's others that do it. Not too many. There's others that do it. And a free Discord. So happy to have you guys in. A little bit about me. I've been doing this for quite a while. Despite that, and thinking I have some juice, despite being in a Top 1 Futures live account for October, November, December, January, February, going on 8 months. Oh, no, wait. January, February. No, wait. October. Going on 6 months. Let me not mess this up. With over 20 payouts from the same account, including one that I took earlier this week and 2 last week and more the week before that. I don't claim to have it all figured out. I don't claim that I'm the best trader. Like everybody likes to yell, I'm the best. I'm a genius. I am an institutional market reader. I've been doing this for 14 years and nobody does it like me. I think that stuff is the corniest, cheesiest shit that I've ever heard. Excuse my language. I don't know anybody that's good at anything that speaks like that. Like maybe like Tyson and stuff back in the day. But that stuff is corny, bro. Not to say like, you know, you can't hype yourself up and speak well of yourself, but I don't think that of myself in trading. I think it would be crazy to say that out loud. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not the best trader here or anywhere else. There's obviously many better, right? But I'm happy to show you what real trading looks like for me, right? The journey, the good and the bad, the run-ups, the payouts, the good execution, the patience, the waiting for the market to do what I needed to do like I'm trying to do today, and the days where I have a horrible read, the mistakes, the days where I'm not patient, where I'm out of the pocket, where I'm frustrated dealing with something else, the lost accounts, the losing streaks that I've had live trading, the painful back and forth, break even, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, where you're like, dude, I'm going to lose my mind. Happy to show you what that stuff looks like, guys. Maybe you get some value from that. Maybe you say, this dude looks like he knows what he's doing, and I want to ask him some questions and hang out for a while. Maybe you say, this dude looks like he has no idea what he's doing, and I'm going to fade him and make some money. But at least you can do that. At least you can discern that for yourself from the way that I structure everything. No course, no VIP, no mentorship, no special paid thing where I manage your crypto and give you 10,000 X return in 4 days for 20 bucks. None of that, man. No Nigerian prince that I have to send your money to. Just live trading. Just live trading. I am partnered and affiliated with companies, prop firms, software companies, platforms that I believe in, that I use myself, and I make money from them. I make money from ads. I make money from a whole bunch of different stuff around streaming as well. But guess what? You don't have to click a link. You don't have to use a code. You don't even have to watch ads. You can watch on Kick if you want with 0 ads and low latency. Free. Free 99. Anyway, that's a little bit about me. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome, man. I hope you find some value. I appreciate you. If you find value, awesome, man. If you don't find value, get the hell out of here. Why would you hang out and sit on a stream with somebody that doesn't resonate with you, that annoys you? Maybe you go, I hate this dude's face. I don't like the way that he looks, bro. Something about his dark complexion and eyebrows. Alan, I read your message, which was hysterical. Dude, so funny. Somebody in Discord, hop in Discord if you guys want to read this one. Alan, bro, I gotta, if you're on here, I gotta give you the shout out. I have to go back and comment. I was just trying to answer some people earlier. Where was this? P&L. Alan took a payout from Lucid, and he had like the funniest meme. Where was this? It was in the chat. Wait a minute. Anyway, hop in Discord if you want to read it. It was mad funny. Maybe you go, I don't like that guy. He looks Armenian, and I don't like them. But anyway, appreciate you guys for hopping on. Thanks for being here. Hopefully we find some value. You guys are awesome. I'm grateful for every last one of you. I've had insane growth over the 2 years that I've been doing it. I've been putting out content, streaming, sharing, not even really consistently off the bat, but more consistent as I went on for about 2 years. About 2 years now. It's insane the amount of growth. I added 16,000 Instagram followers over the last 2 weeks. Insane. I got like 26K on IG, over 15,000 here on YouTube, a ton on X, 2,800 members in a free Discord. It's awesome, dude. I appreciate you guys. I want you to know it's not lost on me. I don't have some big head or ego and expect all of these things, and I'm going to grace you with my presence, and I don't have to. I think all that stuff is ridiculous, bro. So if you're here, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for sharing your journey with me. Thanks for allowing me to be part of your journey, and everybody else in the community to be allowed to be part of your journey. I think we are on a long and difficult and frustrating path towards making money in the markets, and it's better to do that with some friends at your side, right? Better to do that talking to some people that maybe understand why the hell you're upset about losing a prop account. When you go to talk to normal people in real life, your IRL people, and they don't know what a prop account is, let alone why you would be upset about losing it. Anyway, appreciate you guys. That was a long rant, but I appreciate you guys. Still watching this market, man. Still sitting here on YM. Damn, son. I got it. It's not that. It was 30 minutes into the open. It's 10:04. Maybe Trump's starting to talk now. Let's see. I was watching these 850s, man. Mean stack of orders on YM. Mean stack. NQ at VWAP. ES headed back down towards VWAP. Yeah, I don't know that I want this on YM. I don't think I want this today, guys. I'm going to give this, let's say 5 more minutes. I'm going to watch YM. 5 to 10 more minutes. I'm going to watch YM. I want to see what happens if we got up here. If we got a nasty rejection off the 850s, I might have liked it for a short, but I don't like this. We're making the case just to continue and run highs. Not that I trade the others in correlation, but they're also looking strong. They're also showing a lot of strength. We started with that divergence between all of them, and now everybody's pushing the upside. Trump talking, most of the time I'm cautious on the short side with that dude talking. He loves to pull a wick to the upside, just throw in random positive comments about the market that seem to just get eaten right up by market participants and algos. It's not really a good reason to not get short, but it's still not my setup. So I'm going to wait for a little bit longer, but I do want to get some trading in with you guys here today. I went no trade yesterday. We're going to get some scalping on NQ. We'll take some W's or some losses, getting stupid aggressive, trading some evals. I'll show you what getting through evals very quickly looks like. Either to lose them or to pass them, which is what I do. Because I have the experience and the risk tolerance and the capital to do that, right? Most people do not. Most people that are watching other people stream have nowhere near the experience level, and especially nowhere near the confidence. And they are angry that they can't replicate the results of those individuals, right? If you see somebody putting up big prop firm payouts frequently, it's not being done without money, okay? It takes money to make money. It takes money to make money. You're not going to make $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 in a month without spending that much money on prop firm evals and combines and activation fees and resets and funded accounts, right? The same way, you're not going to make $100,000 trading without $100,000 in capital. Usually a lot more, 500, a million, right? Trading is a money multiplier. I'm going to start to say this more often. Trading is a money multiplier, not a money printer, okay? You can flip some accounts, you can have some insane runs, but it's not common. Nobody has an edge that great in this market, and you don't have to make great money, but it takes money to make money. This is not a zero investment, game here that we're playing. So important to note that for expectations, setting reasonable expectations, right? And being transparent around what you're doing. Let's see. 400 times 4, wanted more, but not taking it, but taking it. Cool. Nice. Yeah, people ruin it. People ruin it. Throw money at me. Yeah, people ruin the fun stuff, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. Trump in 1 minute. You're trading gonna play out. We'll see. I can't fade the realness. I've heard a ton of value here. Thank you, Zach. Chris, I appreciate you guys. Let's go. 44 watching and only 13 have hit the like. Let's go. Let's go. Payouts, Zach TV, for sure. Zach, I blew my accounts and my friends are like, you are gambling. I hope they regret this one day. Yeah, time pass. Nobody really understands what... Okay, so you can be gambling in the markets and never make money. That's a fact, and a lot of people are. But outside of that, majority of people will not understand what we're attempting to do here, and for good reason. They will look at a statistic, which is most traders don't make money, most day traders don't make money, and they will lean on that, right? For good reason. But like doing anything difficult that's going to generate a high income, there's a lot of risk involved, and the success rate is very low, right? Trading is one of those. So, if you're going to trade, probably don't want to tell anybody that you're trading until you start making some money, and then they ask where the money's coming from, and then you can tell them. But for the most part, nobody's really going to understand, what you're doing. But that's the same for anything. I used to think that was so specific to trading, right? And then I started running marathons and ultra marathons, and the conversation's really similar. They're like, nobody could do that, and if you could, why would you want to do that? Like, what a stupid thing to do, right? Nobody does that. Like, I could never do that. I don't know anybody that that does that. Same thing with anything, man, right? I used to race motocross, Anytime that was brought up in conversation, aren't you worried? Aren't you going to get hurt? I know. Here's a story about how somebody died that was on a motorcycle, right? As soon as you say that you race motocross, they tell you about everybody that they know that died that raced motocross, everybody that got hurt, and why you shouldn't do it. Similar with trading, right? So just be prepared for that. I don't think there's a need to go out and yell about it early on. Watching this zone get hit, traded through aggressively, and start to come back down, still hanging out here. I gotta stay on this. I want to watch the 850s, man. I'm gonna trade NQ though today, guys. We will hop over to NQ. We will load up an eval, and if there are setups, we will take them. We will scalp with order flow very aggressively. We'll take some trades on NQ, but we got real close to a last bit of liquidity up here outside of this zone. We shall see. You expressed something I could. Yeah, it means a lot. For sure. Yeah. Good morning, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Morning. Trump speaking. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like streaming other people's streams. You guys want to watch Trump? Turn this music off for a second. Do you guys want to watch this? First off, I don't think that I'm supposed to do that. I don't think that I'm supposed to stream another stream, but here's the stream. You can get it from Financial Juice. I think they're streaming, what is this, Associated Press. He's not talking yet, at least according to this. I'm sure he's going to go crazy once he starts to talk. Market should go crazy, but this is it if you want to watch it. I'm not a fan of doing that. I just think it's kind of like, you guys could just watch the stream instead of me watching the stream. But if you guys, we'll check in maybe today. If you guys want to watch it, we can watch it. Again, I also don't think that you're supposed to do that. I don't think you're allowed to stream other people's streams. Yeah, see what he says. Yeah, again, but how does that help us, right? So GBZ Ninja, right? How does that help us? How is that going to help me make money in the markets right now? I watch a stream that's delayed by like minutes, right? And even as he's talking, I'm not able to react fast enough in real time. If I wanted to get the fastest information, right? This is where I would go, and they actually have a sale. I was gonna do it. It's like $1,000, I think. $1,000 for Financial Juice. I'm not partnered or affiliated with Financial Juice, but I was researching their Squawk. They do have live Squawk where you get real-time Squawk, which is news. Essentially, in real time, it's going to read you breaking news, breaking financial news that'll affect, whatever you're trading. I'm interested as far as like how delayed it is, like how quick are those headlines read, and then how quick is the market reacting. But even then, is that how you're going to trade? Is that your system? No back testing, no forward testing. Like you're just going to wait for news to break and then trade momentum, fading it or with it. So for me, I don't really care, right? I know that he's talking. I know that we're going to see volatility, but the way that I think about it is he says we're working on a deal with Iran, right? Before I hear that, especially on a delayed, news feed from YouTube, the market already went up, right? The market already moved like 15 seconds ago. So, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear how quick you could hear it with, paid real-time Squawk, right? And that would also be cool because you get like MOC and things like that. So I might do that. But he should be talking any minute now, so we should get some crazy volatility. I still wanted to see if these 850s got hit here on YM. I wouldn't have mind fading this, but this is really looking like we want to drive higher. We're broke above after being below, retested. I'm sure a lot of the ASFX boys are getting long here. YM, man, I don't know that I want to fade this move to the upside. I do not know. But give me a second, guys. I'm gonna grab a drink. I will be right back. Be right back. Chat. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? NQ been taking everyone's money. Yeah, bro. NQ, all the traps to Sam. Good morning, gang. Yeah. Yeah. Here was my here was my I don't know if you guys follow me on IG, but if you don't, I'll see if I can pull this up. Oh, I can't because I made it on IG. Anyway, go follow me on IG. Here's, I had some jokes about NQ, dude. Here's the, this was nasty, bro. We're starting to make a case for it, but I made some jokes. This was nasty. This was some of the worst choppy back and forth consolidation that I've ever seen on NASDAQ. Again, I haven't been trading for forever, but over the last few years, you know, of even watching NAS 100, like, you know, back as a CFD, this was nasty, dude. And it was even worse intraday. Like, this, the daily, for somehow, it even felt worse. Like, the intraday New York movement was, like, super choppy. And then, you know, even, the 15's not as bad, but even this, like, dude, what in the world, bro? You know, if you're a range trader, if you're like, it's probably, you know, I've been making some money on YM. If you're from the extreme trader, like, you know, fading highs and lows, this ain't bad. You know, maybe you're cleaning up, and there's a couple of guys that are. But if you're trading for extensions, right? Okay, you know, we sold off earlier, right? A little bit. We pushed the lows. We were choppy yesterday. We're getting ready to break down. You know, we push to the upside and then we sell off really aggressively. What do? You know, reasonable, really reasonable, right? Okay, we're breaking lower. We're breaking lows. We're pushing. You know, time to go. Stop below 15 minute, you know, above 15-minute highs. We're gonna go and tag, you know, at least yesterday's low. Nightmare, dude, nightmare. And then you're like, all right, that was invalidated. We come back through VWAP. Here we go. We're ready. We're gonna push to the upside. You know, it was a fake out. I'm ready. You know. Stop loss like all the way down here below all of his price action. You know, good closure above. We're gonna go get the highs and run. What do we do? You know, murder everybody. So, you know, this is not the trend trader's dream. This is not the continuation trader's dream. This is a nightmare, bro. Even this, dear Lord, it's tough, dude. Super tough. You know, most traders are just not just fading extremes every single day. Like, what makes sense today, right? A short, kind of, right? We started to sell off below yesterday's low, breaking lower, retesting VWAP, you know, starting to sit up here. You know, like, does that play, or is it just gonna be like, do what it's been doing? Backwards in time, take you out, murder your stop loss over here somehow, come back, take you out. Like, it's been tough, dude. You know, again, it won't always be like this. About the time that, you know, we get to the point where everyone goes, okay, I'll just trade the range, right? I'll just go back and forth. You know, I'll just fade the extremes, right? About that time, we start to break and run. So, you know, don't get too set in it, but it's it has not been easy for most, right? Again, I watch social media because I'm on social media nonstop. I've never seen less green P&Ls, which means the people that are red are not posting them, and more red P&Ls from the people that post them, right? Especially from the guys that trade NASDAQ, which is most of the, you know, the retail futures trading space. It's tough. It's tough, man. There's a lot of survival in trading. In fact, most of trading, believe it or not, is not making money. It's just trying not to lose money. Most of trading is surviving when the market's doing what it's been doing for the last 2 months, ending red, small red, and then making it to, you know, April and May, maybe, when we have beautiful, clean movements. We test a support zone, we bounce, we run, we have clean breaks and retests, nice highs and lows that are put in, and uptrends and downtrends. We respect levels, right? You know, but if you burn out and kill your, you know, entire account in the chop, not surviving, you never make it to that, right? A lot of traders don't do that, you know, and it's a game of survival. Game of survival. So chat here, guys. Morning, gang. Consolidation ridiculous. Yeah, we're talking about that. NQ. Yeah. Saw. Oh, lagging at NQ. VWAP went short. Locked out after that. 500 elusive flex. Nice. I'm long on that bounce on YM. That's a dicey play, but let's see what we get. Scalper's dream. Yeah, maybe. You know, a range trader's dream, really. Danny boy, what's up? Perfect NQ analysis. Yeah, NQ, take your quick 10 points. Yeah, holding on to trades. You know, low risk to reward traders not making money. This has been a see profit, take profit type of market, at least for NQ. It's a saying that goes, you know, a ways. Yeah, I'm watching this up here, guys. It feels like consolidation ahead of Trump talking. I don't know if he's talking yet. Nope. This was supposed to be at 10. It's 10:23. He's not talking yet. Kind of just feels like choppy consolidation up here. Actually, out of all of these, you know, we made the move to the upside, and now we're kind of just chopping back and forth, like not really doing anything. This feels like we were coming into 10. Market's waiting for, you know, for the high impact news that's scheduled, right? You could scalp in here, but this feels like what it is, which is just choppy consolidation, right? Like we're not really doing anything here. I gotta assume that as soon as that dude says good morning, we're gonna do this, right? Something crazy real quick, and then maybe we'll start to move in a direction based on what he's saying. I'm still waiting on YM. Honestly, like, I still wouldn't mind fading this stupid aggressively, like, as it opens up to the upside, if it opens up to the upside, which is why I'm going to stay on it and watch it. But past that, for NQ, I got to wait for him to start talking. I said 5-10 minutes, like, twice 30 minutes ago, but we're now sitting for 25 minutes past when that dude was supposed to start talking, so we'll chill. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. I'm still waiting for these 850s, 860s to see if those get taken out. Maybe play short down to this area of high volume, down to VWAP. Trade into some of that volatility of him starting to talk. And then on NQ, I'd like to see what the volatility change looks like rather than be on the wrong side of just a crazy candle immediately. But how we doing, chat? How we doing? Well, here, ready? Let's do a poll. What do you guys think? You guys think Trump's going to pump the market or dump it? Let's do the poll. Let me know what you guys think. You think it's going to pump on him talking, or you think it's going to dump? Polls up on YouTube. Interested to hear, as always, what you guys think. For me, for the most part, anytime he starts to... anytime he starts to talk, he just tries to drive the market up. At least it feels like it. Zach, have you seen the pics I sent you with my shop? Mike, I haven't, bro. I haven't. My IG has been jacked up. Two things. My DMs are completely full, which I'm really grateful for, but it's to the point where, like, they don't even load. Everything is buried. I can't go back through all of them. And I continue to have restrictions on IG back and forth because things are getting taken down when they shouldn't have, even though I'm not breaking any rules. People mass reporting and, you know, all the issues with just trying to have fun and do giveaways. So I will try to look for them, though, now that you said that. Morning, Yassine. What's up? He needs the market to go up after this war stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of the market analysis, right? Coming into midterm elections, typically they want the market to go up. They want to say something positive, right? If you were trying to get elected, you would probably say positive things around the market to try to make it go up. So you could say, look at how good the market's doing, all right? It's the general thesis. You know, does that happen? Does it work? Out for debate. Today feels like a buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, you guys are going 83% pump. Oof. Yeah, I kind of feel that as well, man. Which is why I've stayed here. I kind of want to see the market rip 100 points up, and I'll be the only idiot fading that. It's kind of what I want to see here. I want to watch us trade right through the 850s, and then fade that. This is kind of what I want to do today. Again, not the initial off the open mean reversion style trade, right? But this is kind of what I'd like to do today. Take it from the extreme up here, fade this pop, like this volatility that comes in right off of this last bit of liquidity that's up here on Bookmap, and run it back down. Because I think even if we are going to go higher, what do we like to do? We like to go lower first, right? We like to take everybody out. And I think even if we're going to go higher, I love the fade the initial breakout as well. Now, if we do this idea is done. I'm off YM, right? If we do that, I'm done, right? You know, before I get in. But even if we're going to break out, right? Like if we're going to go way up here, what do we like to do first? Right? Come back here, test VWAP, which is somewhere over here by that point, right? Pop stops, and then, you know, start to run, right? Start to run. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm waiting for here on YM. Kind of what I'm waiting for here. I'm not going to limit anything. I think that would be a crazy thing to do into him talking. Just framing out where my 200-point stop loss would be that I've been working with. It's been working pretty nicely. I'll widen out a bit if I have to these days. Even with one mini, I'm comfortable taking on a little bit more than $1,000 worth of risk if I have to. That wouldn't be too bad. Even something like that wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what the market's got for us. Let's see what this market's got for me, boys and girls. You guys are saying pump. Damn. You guys are saying pump. You guys are liking the pump on this one, huh? Interesting, interesting. Chop is crazy. Yeah. It feels like anticipation, right? Like, I know a lot of you guys are on NQ. Is it still chopping? Yeah, right? Like, you know, this is somewhat expected, right? Okay, you know, 10 o'clock, we're supposed to have Trump talking. For those of you guys that don't, weren't here earlier, supposed to have him speaking. He hasn't started talking yet. Awaiting start of Trump's cabinet meeting, right? What often happens ahead of red folder news? Nothing, right? Ahead of high impact news, markets like waiting. We're like, okay, everybody has the same thing. Okay, 9:58. Let's take our hand off the gas for a second. He's about to start talking. Let's see what happens real quick, and then we'll start trading it. And here we are 30 minutes later. So that's kind of what it feels like we got going on right here, right? I don't think it's a coincidence that we moved, right? And then right into that, what did we start? This beautiful range that we're in right here, right? So you can start to expect these types of things if you trade for long enough. Certainly on another day, the market doesn't care at all, right? And we just are ripping in one direction right into him talking because of 47 other things that, are going to impact price on the instruments that we're trading. But that's what it feels like today, right? If you had to, ask me what I think and why we are doing what we're doing right now. What in the world? Let's get some music back up towards these highs. You gonna go and get it? You gonna go and get this? YM, man. What do you got for me, guys? What do you got for me? What time Trump speaking? Supposed to be 30 minutes ago. Supposed to be 30 minutes ago, which I think is why we've been chopping for the last 30 minutes. That's what we're talking about. Garrett. Guys, make sure you hit live on the YouTube live. It keeps buffering for everybody. I have more and more people telling me that. There we go. I mean, YouTube's delayed. I said real time. YouTube's delayed for those of you guys that don't know. Plot twist. You can't take these as signals. You can't take anybody's as signals because it's all delayed. But anyway, yeah, make sure you hit the button that's on the bottom left-hand side of the screen when you're trading live, down by like the volume and the start and pause. For some reason, YouTube continues to like drop people off of the live. And next thing you know, you've been watching for 45 minutes or something, and then you're like, a long time behind, right? You're just completely like off the live. Chop is crazy. Finally made it. Good morning, Alan. What's up? Trump speak positive, it pumps. J Powell dovish, it tanks. Bearish market fly. Yeah, today feels like buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, I would kind of agree. Hansel, do you ever look at SMT divergences? First off, I don't even know really what an SMT divergence is. I think that's some weird smart money ICT boy terminology. Do I look at a divergence between YM, ES, and NQ? Do I look at lack of correlation or strength of correlation between them? To a degree, but for the most part, no. For the most part, I find that trying to trade correlation or lack of correlation, unless that is almost exclusively what you do, which is here we go up towards the 850s, guys, which is I had somebody on my stream, MLT Eric, that trades ESYM, NQ, and I think the Russell, all four of them. He'll trade any one of them intraday, and it's all based on correlation or lack of correlation, right? Divergences. But I think if you're not going to almost solely focus on that, you're trying to take too much into account. And a lot of people end up trading the wrong chart. And what I mean by that is they're watching ES rip to the upside and NQ is lagging behind, and they're going to trade NQ for that movement in that direction. Now, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, right? So about half the time. I don't find that trading with a ton of focus on outside instruments is as powerful as trading with focus on the instrument that you're trading, right? There doesn't seem to be enough of an edge focusing on what gold is doing or what, you know, NQ is doing or what ES is doing and trading the other one, right? You know, ES always leads NQ, right? Like people say that, or NQ always leads it. No, not always, right? Maybe enough time for you to be dangerous and be able to use that. You know, but I think the most of what I'll do is I'll watch order flow on ES just because I usually watch that the most. I will go around and note, are they all moving completely opposite of each other all over the place? Like, that doesn't usually last for very long, so somebody's going to be way out of whack. Are they all moving in correlation, you know, with each other? All of the U.S. indices are showing a lot of strength. That could be, you know, an indication of even more bullish overall market sentiment. But for the most part, no. To answer the question, for the most part, no. God, man, this is nothing. God tier chop on ES and NQ. Yeah, dude, this is waiting for him to start talking. He's still not talking as far as I'm aware. He's still not talking as far as I'm aware. But yeah, this is like... Oh, there we go. Just started. Meeting just started. Now watch. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this is top level stuff, dude. This is top level chop here. Live stream just started where he is he's sitting at a table. About to start yapping. All right, I'm gonna watch this on YM, guys. I'm gonna probably fade this pop if we pop like an absolute psychopath. But let's see. Let's see what we get here. If we get anything, like, I don't know, market just might be chopping, right? Let's see. Just started speaking. Yep. Now they're putting orders. Now that they've put their orders, then Trump can start talking. Neo. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like here's the one that everybody was talking about. You guys want to see? You guys want to talk about that? You guys want to talk about that insider trading? Here, listen, bro. You could hide a lot. You can hide a lot, but you can hide a lot, but you can't hide volume. You can't hide volume and price. Okay, you can't hide this on an order flow chart, right? This is a centralized market, at least the futures market, which is why a lot of times they don't do it in the futures market, in my humble opinion. But what Neo said is, now that they've put their orders in, Trump can start talking, insinuating that there's insider trading. Now, I don't even really know what the rules are around this type of trading. And I've seen a lot of people say they're well within their means to trade, right? Like, you know, the whole Nancy Pelosi joke, like, they're allowed to do that, right? They're legally allowed to do that unless they make a law that says not, right? Here was the huge pump on Monday morning, right? On the announcement about the war, right? What looks a little bit odd about this chart, right? Maybe one of you guys could point it out. This is NQ. What looks a little bit odd about this pre-market? I don't know. Maybe the massive increase in volume, the ton of orders that got filled long, 15 minutes, exactly 15 minutes before the announcement came out. Maybe that was an unusual amount of volume traded long right before the pump. I don't know. That would be crazy, right, guys? That would be really crazy, right? There you go. There you go. Right in here. So, you know, you guys can, you know, speculate with that as you wish. But I'm not the person to point that out, by the way. Many others. So here we go, trading through the 850s. Traded right up to it. Watching for a short up here, guys. Oh, my goodness. Did we trade 850 to the tick? Traded 848. We traded 848. And then we sold off immediately 100 points. Oh. Oh, YM, bro. YM, why are you going to do it to me today, dude? Why are you going to do it to me? Why are you going to do this to me? Why are you going to test my patience? Why? I've been good, YM. I've been cool, man. Why are you doing this to me? Didn't want to trade through it. Front running it would have been the play. Front running it would have been the play. I would have never caught that, though. I would have never caught that without a limit order. Chat, I'm watching this. I know I got quiet here. Traded 2 ticks below the level I wanted filled. 2 ticks below this bad boy right here, man. And immediately reverted. Didn't even give me a split second. Here's the 1-minute chart. Just an immediate sell-off from that point. This is going to be great read, great markup. Just did not give it to me. This is not a mistrade at all. This is not lack of execution. The only way I'm going to be fast enough for something like that is using limit orders, which I'm not going to do. That's not my trade at all. We didn't fill, but this is not fun to watch now. This is not fun to watch. There's my 200 points on YM. Yeah, just didn't give it to me today. Super duper close. There's my $1,000. Here comes the patience. You could probably see it on my face. These ones are frustrating. The near misses are frustrating. When you've waited patiently for an hour and 15 minutes into the open, you have a clear level marked. You're waiting on one damn thing, super duper specific. Price trades within 2 ticks of it, and then doesn't give you even a split second to do anything, and then trades in the direction of your trade. That could be frustrating. That could be frustrating. This one is a pain in the ass now. Really frustrating. I'm going to hop over to NQ and, like I said a long time ago, and scalp with you guys and just have some fun taking random trades. But this is what I wanted, and it's frustrating to not get it now. Super frustrating. What a day. Yeah, talk about them ordering food to the White House before they have to hunker down in like the war room. Yeah. Yep. Damn, man. That one is tough to watch, guys. I gotta say, that one is not fun to watch. Super frustrating. Not a missed trade, but extremely close movement out of the market. Extremely close for what I needed, and then immediate movement in the direction that I wanted to trade today. Man. $46,848. What did we trade in micros? Yeah, I figured we would be off. Here's the difference sometimes between micros and minis. We traded 46,841. We were 848 in minis. Frustrating, man. Anyway, all right. I'm not gonna cry over it. That's enough sulking out of me. Let me go ahead and load up. Let me go ahead and load up some prop accounts. Hang tight, guys. Actually, let me just do this. Go ahead and check out Top 1 Futures if you guys want. Here's what we got rolling with Top 1. Let me throw the link in here. Code RDF gets you the best deal. 60% off Top 1 Futures, 50% off after your first or next account. These are some of the best accounts, in my humble, biased opinion, on the market for any prop firm. They are no activation. These are no activation fee. No activation fee. 3-day to pass. 45% consistency in the eval. No consistency on funded. Daily payout. No minimum trading days to payout. If you're trading another firm and you haven't looked at these, I don't know why. I don't know why you would not. I think there's other great firms out there. I think there's plenty of great opportunities in the futures prop firm space. But man, I think these are an awesome opportunity. All right, let's load up a couple of these accounts. Let's load up some 50K evals that we will be trading for fun with you guys here. Cool. Let's hop over to NQ and see if we can't drive ourselves crazy scalping. So, now that we're off of YM, here's what we got going on here, guys. We are in the 50K Elite Daily Eval. This is actually one that's like halfway to pass. See if we can't, I think it's $1,000 of profit. Let's see if we can't start to put some profit in these bad boys. I'm going to scalp incredibly aggressively on the 1-minute chart on NQ. Disclaimer, this is going to generate lost evals or past evals very quickly. This is going to generate profit or loss in funded accounts very quickly. This is far more aggressive than what most will do, right? This is a little bit of playing the sim game. Being very, very, very aggressive in evals. Working towards passing or failing them very quickly, right? Working towards profit or loss in funded accounts very quickly. You're risking ruin by oversizing relative to the amount of drawdown you have. Still trying to generate a positive expectancy in the market, but being, drastically oversized for what an account can actually handle if you wanted to hold on to the account, right? Important to note all of those things. So, questions, concerns, feel free, throw them in chat. Let's take a look at what we got going on here on NQ. I actually like this for a long back up towards VWAP. Unless we come right through this low. Similar way of trading here on... Yeah, I actually do like this for a long, really aggressively right back up here. Similar trading here on NQ as far as the fundamental of what I'm doing. Not to be confused with fundamentals. But the technical approach, but the core of what I'm doing, the tools that I'm using are the same. The areas of interest that I'm using are the same. The style is just much more aggressive, scalping, lower time frames, smaller price movements, higher risk, right? All of those things coming into play here. I'm going to long this bad boy. First trade is going to be a long. Stop loss all the way at the lows. I think we either come down here, break the lows. This is not super scalpy. 200 point take profit, 200 tick take profit, 200 tick stop loss. Either we come down here and break the low, we pop back up towards VWAP, back up towards these highs. I actually like this a little bit tighter. If we start to pop to the upside, I might look to go stop loss to break even and take profit up here. If I'm on the wrong side of it, I think we sell off really aggressively. We come through this low. $1,000 worth of risk on the first eval. We take the win, we'll be done. We take the loss, we'll be done. We'll go to the next one. That's the style of trading I've got here on NQ. Very, very, very aggressive, right? Like we just talked about before we started. Watch a book map as well. Down here into the 24,000 evens, we got quite a bit of liquidity. Down below my stop, all the way down here. If we were going to trade 100 points lower, I think that's where we would be heading. So time for Trump to say something positive. But yeah, unfortunately for those of you guys that hopped on late, traded YM off the open. I'm going to let this thing play. Trading YM off the open. This was what I wanted. So frustrating. This was what I wanted. I wanted the 46,850s to fill. If I was going to take a trade to the downside, we traded all the way up there, front running that with a limit order, which is not really my play. That would have maybe got me into something like that. But to watch the market trade 2 ticks, yeah, we're going to take a stop on that, it looks like. Yep. To watch the market trade within 2 ticks of a take profit, and then trade in the direction. Frustrating, man. Definitely frustrating. So now we're going to scalp like psychopaths on NQ. We're going to kill some evals or run them up to payouts. Excuse me, run them up to passing. Run them up to passing. Hi, good morning, man. Meatball sub. Hi, Zach. Hope you're doing well. Today, just saying hi. Yeah. Nasty stop on the first trade here on the eval. That's how I'm doing so far this morning. No trade at all on the live account. First one, fat L. Fat L. Let's go round two. Let's go round two. Nasty slippage on that one. Absolutely nasty slippage on that one. Wow. Beautiful. Let's see what we could do on this one. Here's another one that we were trading last week. Another top one eval in profit. Let's see what we could do on this one. Sweep to the downside, really aggressive, crack right back up. I would be surprised if we didn't return right to this level or just continue selling off. Let's see if we start to get some momentum in one direction or another here. Let me load up trade of 8 so I can see on this one. Oh and 1. Let's see what the market's got for me. Let's see what we can do. Taking out the lows, popping right back up. Nice, nice. Yeah, that, just so you're aware of how bad slippage can be, that slipped me 47 ticks. That slipped me 47 ticks. $235 on NQ. Stop was at the lows. Obviously, we cracked through that really aggressively. That's part of it, man. It's part of it. Believe it or not, I still like the same trade. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Gonna get some scalping in on NQ. I like a sweep of these highs, even if we are gonna come through this low again and really continue lower. I like a trade back up towards this area of high volume. I'm probably gonna hesitate too much on this one. Now that we're starting to move. If we dip a little bit lower. Nope, there it is. If we dip a little bit lower, I'm going to try it. Let's see what NQ's got for me. First off, stop number 1, filled with nasty slippage. 0-1. No trade on the top 1 live account. Beautiful setup. Waited patiently. Super duper close. No missed trade, but just didn't give me the level that I needed traded out. Let's see what we got. Slippage was so bad you got filled on ES instead. Yeah, not quite that bad. Not quite that bad. Trump is dragging. He's still talking? Yeah, he's still talking. I'm gonna go for something tight like this. Looking for a quick reversion back down, a little bit less risk. We pop to the upside. I'm looking for us to trade back down towards these lows, even if we're gonna go higher, scalping in between this choppy back and forth range. Let's see what we can do. Would really like a stop even wider, like outside here, which I think I'm gonna go for. And how much profit do I actually need in this account? 453. Let's do the math real quick. I need 3 divided by 5, 110 ticks. Yeah, I need a little bit more out of that one. Would need that bad boy right there. Let's see. Got a little short playing. We'll see if we can scalp in between this choppy price action, or if we're just gonna pull this big drifty movement. A little bit less risk on this one. Would give me a follow-up trade in this eval that we're trying to get over the line. Continuing to push to the upside so far. Let's see if we're going to go 0-2 to start out. Again, scalping from a little bit of the extreme. This was a pretty trash fill. Could have been up here. Trying to scalp from the extreme of this high volume node. Looking for this movement back and forth as we're kind of chopping around the lows. Trying to trade actually as well within the little bit moderate time frame. Trend to the downside rather than continuing to buy the thing up. Tried the longs here, got crushed on the way down. Trying maybe to see if we're actually going to sell off. We sold off in pre-market. We popped to the upside, retested VWAP. We just came down and broke the low. We got bought right back up. Are we retesting this high volume node before continuing lower? That would bode well for this trade as well. But the more zoomed in view is scalping this kind of this high volume node as Trump is talking. But as he continues, man, this obviously could continue to go either way. Just measuring this bad boy out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go like another tick or two lower. Scalping some elite daily evals with you guys. Let's see what we could do. Let's see what we could do. Let's see what we could do. Slippage was so bad you got filled on ES instead. Dwayne, that's hysterical. There we go. Can we continue that movement? Can we take profit on this one? Let's see. Let's see. We got that dip down. Can we get that push through the 85s right in here? There's still liquidity there. I love it for a quick wick right back down right in here. Order flow is lining up for this one. There's not nothing. I'm not aiming all the way down here. Can we get it, chat? Can we get it? Can we get an eval over the line here? Let's see. This was one from... Oh! Nasty rejection off the 90s there. Uh-oh. Nope. Nasty crack right back up. This looks like Trump talking. Let's see. Maybe the volatility works in our favor. Maybe we go and sniff the 85s and give me this one. Nasty crack back up here. Let's see what we get. Oof. What did he say, guys? What did he say on that one? Or is he done? Can't decide which way it wants to go just yet. Is he done talking? Looks like somebody else is talking right now, but I don't know that he's actually done. That could have just been the end of it, and then orders coming in. Let's see if we want to grab these orders buy side right underneath these lows. Let's see. Had to turn it off. So I was in a long orb high. I was in a long after orb high. Break. Had to wait 45 minutes. Pull back after all that chop. We had to move from Trump. TP then took me right through. Yeah, I hear that. Let's see if we could snag this one. I'm not gonna just stop out at break even. I don't really care to do that. We're in evals, trading super aggressively. If you hopped on late, no trade in the top one live account with you guys. Unfortunately, super duper close. YM traded within damn near 2 ticks of my entry level. Oh, dude, don't do it to me, NQ. Come on. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. It's going to be one of those days. I can feel it. It's going to be one of those days. I can feel it. We're going to come back through the stop on this one. I'm leaving it on. I'm leaving it on for the culture, guys. I'm leaving this one on for the culture. I can feel it. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days where my entry for YM is sniffed by 2 points, and then we sell off 300 points. My take profits are missed by a couple of points. I'm leaving it for the culture. On another day, I think it's probably smart to not be a DICK for a TICK. That's the saying. Not to be too crude, but it's called being a dick for a tick. Leaving, more risk on without taking an order off. But I'm going to do it for the culture. I'm going to do it to display sometimes the frustration that the markets can provide us, where we just get super close to what we're expecting to happen. Our trades are, well structured. Our entries are good. Our take profits are good, good according to us. And the market just doesn't work for us. There we go. All right, we got that one. I don't know that I want to keep going, guys. I really don't. This market's playing with me today. But this was one from last week. This is a top 1 futures elite daily account that we have now pushed over the line. So this would be a pass, right? Trading live with you guys, I think so far, I have this one that we just passed. This is over the line. Let me see if I can pull this up. Can I pull this up? Oh, yeah, there we go. This one is over the line. $53,000, $3,000 profit targets hit. I got a couple of them that are close. A couple of them that are close to passing. And I've got 2 that are buried. That one that we just took a $1,235 L on, That started when I was trading it just now at $5,100. It was $1,000 in profit. I got $750 to work with in that one. Let's pass or fail that one right now. Let's do that. Hang on, guys. I'm taking this back and forth off the screen just so I could be transparent about what I'm doing. So I don't accidentally display account numbers that I try not to display. For example, my top one live account. Not really that you could do too much with prop firm account numbers, but you can. You can do things with prop firm account numbers. People can pull the support login information fraud using your account number. I'm public, right? People know my full name and email address and information. And if you have an account number to go along with that, you can really start to fool somebody on the support side. So I try to prevent myself from exposing way too much where I'm just like, you know, when I get hacked or they get somebody at a prop firm, you know, they hit up Top Step Support and go, yeah, I'm Zach. Here's my full name. Here's the email address associated with my account. Here's my, you know, I didn't get my payout. Here's my Rise email address, you know, all that fun stuff. And they get you. Not that I see it happen too much, but I try. Anyway, we got $760 to work with on this one. Let's see if we can't pass or fail one more. We'll get really aggressive on this. We'll see if we can't pass or fail one here for the culture, guys. But we're 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. Scalp and NQ here. This is going to be really aggressive. Again, this is going to be risking ruin on the entire account. Whoa. That's about how much room I'm going to have to work with on this one. 150. Not going to need to set a stop loss because we're either going to run it up or kill it. I do like this one for the long again. I'm just not reacting quick enough. Yeah, I liked it for the long out of this. We had this little... Whoa. We had this little wedgie formation forming right here. Kind of like it for a long. If we dip down, I might try it. We're gonna go no TP on this one. We're gonna run it to the moon. Add in if we get ourselves into profit. See if we can't push this bad boy. Oh, take profit and go long. Yeah, I can tell by the comments that you guys probably aren't watching live here. I'm gonna put this in the chat again, but make sure down on the bottom of the stream, if you're hanging out with me here on YouTube, go down to the bottom left-hand side and hit the live button. Make sure you're actually watching me live because it continues to drop off, especially if you like come and go. And I could tell by people commenting late that it's dropping you guys off. Let's see what we could do. I still kind of like this one long. I like it more on a sweep of these lows. Just my entry style of entering really aggressively counter to what price is doing right here, right now. Fading the short-term trend, the short-term price movement in favor of the long-term price movement. In the wise words of the late Dr. David Paul, I like to fade the short-term trend in favor of the long-term trend. That's the way that I think about my trading. Yeah, we're going to do something here, guys. We're going to do something. And I don't think we can consolidate here for forever. Maybe we go down and sweep this low again, but I think we might pop here. I think we might pop back up here. Whoa. I don't mean to break bookmap. Let's see if we can't pass or fail an eval. Trading live with the guys, Team RDF. Ah, I'm losing it, chat. What is this? What is this, bro? What is this? Can we dip down towards the 75s? I'm going to take it down here, guys, if we get it. Here we go. Here we go. Can we get a little bit of a dip down? 75s, maybe? Maybe? Maybe. No. Not yet. You're going to trade these 75s? 24075s. Here we go. Here we go.
Order filled.
I'm in long. I'm in long. Aggressive. Looking for a bounce back up through the top end of this consolidation or for a super aggressive wick out. Let's see, Chatty McChat chat. Fading that breakout to the downside. Let's throw a limit. Let's throw a stop order in here so we're not just displaying horrible trade management, horrible risk management. That's the max stop that I can run on this one. That's gonna put me right into the danger zone. That's gonna be max stop on this one. I will be done on this eval if we take that one. We start to come back through the high. I'm gonna add in really aggressively. If we start to come back through this high, I'm gonna add in like an absolute sociopath and look to take profit as we push back up to the top end of this choppy, consolidating, rangy movement. I'm looking for this to be the fake out to the downside, which it might not be. And for us to at least come back up towards these highs, pop all the stops for everybody that's joining this trend to the downside first. That's the thesis here, guys. Also, obviously, coming off of bookmap. Big bookmap play this one is. Mark another level here. That's about where I'd have to go if I add it in. What is that? What is that? Well, that looks like somebody decided that we're going to get stopped out. Wow. Adding in stupid aggressive, guys. This is going to be our new stop loss level. That's going to be our new stop loss level. This thing needs to work or not work. One or the other. I'm not allowing for a big wick down. I'm getting super aggressive in with 2 minis. Take the stop here. I'm going to be done. I want this thing to pop right back through really aggressively up to the middle of this. Can tighten up on take profits. I'd be able to get something like this. Something like that for a take profit number 1 right back into the middle of this. Or just get stopped out on it. but let's get ready just in case we pop to the upside. There we go. Let's get some follow through here. This feels like we're gonna climb towards this though. This was somebody deciding, oh, Zach's in the market. We're gonna stop him out of his demo eval here. I don't know that we leave that alone. I definitely do not know if we leave that alone. We're gonna try. We are going to try. We're gonna try it, chat. Oof. We are trying. We are trying to push this bad boy to the upside. Is that all we're going to do before we turn right back around, though? Might be. It very well might be, chat. Came right back up into the low end of this consolidation here, right into the low end of this high volume node. I'm holding for the push. I don't know that we get it up above the 100s. Nice, pushing towards take profit. If we can't come through, I'm not gonna sacrifice it right here. If we can't come through, I'm gonna be stopped at break even, and I'm gonna have to act quickly on one of these stops because if we get filled on one, I'm gonna be in with too much of a stop here. Let's see. Nah, too many sellers. Too many sellers, at least for right now. Can we give it up and go? Be pretty sweet. No, not gonna give it up. Yeah, we came right in here. Now we're drifting back down. We might want to go sniff this. Show me some profit on this one. There we go. We're stopped out. Show me some profit on that one, but I'm not going to allow it to pop like that and then come all the way back down through break even, down to the downside. I don't love that for a play. So added in, got aggressive, showed me $600 worth of profit. Not quite enough to take it off, but not a bad read on NQ. First one obviously smoked, just absolutely killed me. But one eval over the line. This one kind of choppy back and forth. That was my last good idea here, guys. I could take the exact same trade and just send it to the upside again, right? You know, we can long it for that move up here, but I don't know that we want to do that. I got a feeling this is still going to play out, but playing with the Dom here. That's pretty cool. This won't. This is going to pop up a confirmation, right? Yeah, pop up a confirmation. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap it there. 1 and 1. One eval in drawdown. One eval over the line passed. I'm not going to push it. I'd like to dig this one back and just go for it. But that was the last good idea. Good management. And I've been staring at the charts for a while here, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, come back after lunch, see if we can't put some more profit in some of the other sim accounts that I'm trading. Requested a Top Step payout this morning. Hopefully requesting a Lucid payout this afternoon. Maybe we get something in the Top 1 live account, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, this has been fun. I appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for being here. If you want to be part of giveaways, they are in the Discord, 100% free trading community. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Feel free to hop in. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is also in the chat. Code RDF gets you 60% off of some of the best prop accounts in the business. Feel free to check it out, guys. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money, so I can't be can't be unbiased. Right? It's part of making money. Do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Quick disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys for being here. Smash like, smash subscribe. Don't do any of that. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever makes you happy, guys. I hope you have a happy, good day. Do whatever makes you happy today. Unless that's moving your stop away once you're in taking some drawdown and then adding into a losing trade. Probably don't want to do that. Talk to you guys soon. I'll see you live tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern.